Good morning, Birmingham. It is Dixon Dividing on Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com. 6:06 our time. Today, the 11th of May of 2026. It is the Monday of Jawbone Jam Week. That is coming up on Friday. You'll hear more about it throughout the course of this morning and every morning this week. Pretty much all day, every day. We're going to be talking about it. Need you to be there. Need to be there to celebrate 10 years of Talk 99.5. We want you all-dayers.
Come on.
You people that are tuned in right now and
That's
are
right.
tuning out just about the time you go to Betty Bye at 10:30 tonight. That's who we really want to see out there. And we got enough of you to fill Iron City to the gills. So come on down and be a part of it. Tickets available at ironcitybhem.com or ticketmaster.com. We'd love to see you there.
You're going to hear some great music, too. Stone Horses, Cattle, and, of course, Brother Kane from the Birmingham area. Everybody knows Brother Kane. And all three of these bands just really going to be phenomenal. Thank you, Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group.
We're going to have ourselves a party, and we would love to see you there. So make your plans now. The weekend was dry at my place. You?
Yeah, for the most part. There's a little bit of rain over, I guess, Friday night.
Friday night, I got
Friday
like a
night,
mist. That was the best they could do, was a mist. Now, here's the real world effect of this. The lack of rain. You know, they keep saying it's going to rain. They go, oh, no, it's going to rain tomorrow. Okay, it didn't rain. It didn't rain. Okay, we were wrong about that. But tomorrow, all right, we were wrong again. But listen, I mean, they did this again and again. It's a Friday night. It's going to rain. It's going to be bad. You know, just so you know, it's overnight, but it's going to be, it's going to be serious. And then Saturday, they're like, yeah, sorry, that didn't happen. But today, you better watch out because, whoa, spotty shower's going to be coming through. It's going to, all right, okay, Sunday. That didn't happen.
Didn't happen
We
either.
feel bad all day today. It's going to pour all day. Yesterday was one of the nicest days we've had this year.
Yesterday afternoon was gorgeous. It
Here's-
started out cloudy
Yeah.
and a little, overcast and that sort of thing. But after lunch, it just cleared off. It was gorgeous.
Fantastic. The real world effect of all of this incorrect prediction. I mean, yeah, okay, there's, farmers are not, their crops aren't getting watered and the flowers aren't looking good and people's lawns are dying. That's terrible and everything. I can't wash my truck, okay? Let's talk about me for a second, can we?
Just for a second?
Just for a second?
That's it?
Can we just focus on what's important here?
That's all you need is a second?
I mean, Friday afternoon, I'm like, I would wash my truck, but if it's going to pour tonight, then tomorrow you drive around and all the muddy water splashes up
What's
on
the
it. It's
point?
like, there's no
Right.
point, right? So I didn't. Saturday, I'm like, well, it didn't rain. Well, but today it's going to rain. Oh, okay, well, I better not wash the truck. I got all morning. I had a free morning. I could have gone and just done it, whatever. Nope, didn't do it because it was like, it's going to pour. It's going to be bad. Again, Sunday, I'm like, really? Can we? No, today. Oh, it's going to be so bad. And then it was just gorgeous. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm done with you people. I'm done. I'm just going to, I'm making plans to do whatever I want, whenever I want.
Don't
Forget
listen
about
to
whatever
the
it is.
other people.
I honestly don't remember them being this wrong so often in the past. This is pretty rare. It must be that the weather patterns are really hard to predict right now. That's all I can imagine.
Is that it? Yeah.
I mean,
I will say this. I even based, and forgive me for it, but I was on the verge of going to Lake Fest. I was going to go out to Lake Fest and check it out. But when I got up Saturday morning, I was like,
Yeah.
there was fog, there was mist, it was overcast. And finally, I just said no. And I kept looking at the radar. Tons of rain, Montgomery southward. But just to the north of that, which is us, it was skirting right underneath us the whole all day Saturday.
Another real world effect of them being wrong. You didn't go to Lake Fest.
I didn't go.
I hope Lake Fest did not suffer as a result of that.
Well,
but if
it
did, still not as important as me and my truck. Just to be
That's
clear.
right.
Yeah.
No, I do know some people that went. They said it was packed, so it was great. It all worked out great.
Excellent.
But I was basing that on, God, what am I going to take a ball cap? Need a rain jacket just in case. And finally, I just said, you know what? I got enough to do around
not
here.
going.
I'm not going to go.
Never mind.
So another
Forget
time. Another time.
Yeah, look, I think that, now that they've got betting markets where you can bet on almost anything. They call them investments, right? I think if you were to take James Spann's forecasts most of the time and were to bet money on his side of the ledger, you would come out ahead. I mean, you in the long run, you would, he's about 75-25, 80-20. He's right way more often than he's wrong, and we're lucky to have him here, and lucky to be tied in with him in ABC 3340 on this radio station. But lately, it's just We're on a losing streak right now.
Well, I think
we keep betting on red, and it's coming up black again and again and again.
We're going to be on the winning side because this whole week looks like it's going to be gorgeous.
Oh, sure. Now it's going to pour.
Yeah. Well, don't say that. I didn't see any chances of rain except for today.
All I saw over the weekend was chances of rain, and nothing happened. I no longer believe these people.
Well, bright sunshine is what they're saying these next 5 days.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Alabama Tree Pros, 308-4158. While the sun shines, you may as well make hay or make logs, as the case may be. And that would be getting our friends at Alabama Tree Pros to come by, take a look at that tree of yours that you've been wondering about for a while, going, is this thing going to hang on? It looks like it might not be all here. It looks like it might be fading on me, rotting. Maybe I better get it taken down. Well, they can give you the straight skinning on it. They'll honestly give you a straight assessment and say, no, this thing is very savable. Here's a couple of things you can do to save it. Or they'll say, nope, we got to take it down. We're going to take it all the way down to the ground. Do you want us to grind the stump? We can do that too. Or you can just have it trimmed up if that's what, they do it all. Licensed, bonded, insured. Staple all that information to the back of your very low estimate. I say very low. Lower than the other guys, okay? That's what you need to know is they're lower than the other guys. They're safe, they're expert, and they are 100% qualified to do the job for you. Alabama Tree Pros, 308-4158, online at alabamatreepros.com. Here we go.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
Donald Trump has rejected the latest offer from Iran for peace. This 10-week conflict still going on. Two sides struggling to maintain a fragile ceasefire. A British freighter was attacked off the coast of Qatar. Didn't even make it to the Strait of Hormuz. Got attacked off the Strait of Qatar, right there off the coast of Qatar, and set fire and so on and so forth. So the ceasefire remains fragile, to be sure. You know, Iran was looking for a lot of stuff that there's no way in God's green earth that we're going to give it to them. So we continue to be at an impasse. And I got to be honest with you, I'm tired of the talking. I've reached a point now where it's like, you know their game. You have, Donald. May I call you Donald? You have experts on the inside who know how Iran works. They're advising you on this. You're aware that they will talk you to death.
Forever.
They will talk you forever. They will just continue this nonsense forever while they're quietly rebuilding and continuing to try to dig up their own uranium or whatever. And it's time to knock that nonsense off. I think it's time to bring the pain again. Now, that's just me.
Yeah, and I think, too, you bring the pain again, Richard, they'll go, oh, okay, well, we'll talk. It's another stall tactic.
That's right.
It's not going to end. We've got to take care of business.
At some point, you go, you know what? We're done talking.
Yeah.
I think it's time to, as we discussed, get rid of that next line of leadership. Mm-hmm. Maybe the one below them, too.
Could be. There might be a third one, too.
Let's just go ahead and get rid of the next two strata, and then we're dealing with, I don't know, a private or a corporal of some kind, and we're like,
Not
okay,
sure what we'll have
did
left.
you see what happened to those guys?
Yeah.
Now do you want to talk? We can talk. 6:14 with Dixon and Vining. Pete Hegseth says the Pentagon is going to review Mark Kelly's public statements about a classified briefing. He, of course, attended a classified briefing as a senator, came out and gave an interview in which he said, our stockpiles are terrible. This war has cost us so much.
It's like, way to go, Mark.
We're so low in so many areas. It's going to take us years to rebuild. It's going to be a nightmare. And Hegseth says, all right, we're looking at this, and we're going to go through the Uniform Military Code of Justice and see if this is something that that he maybe needs to be held responsible for. For his part, Kelly says, you just said the same thing in a public hearing, so you can't hold me responsible. So, he didn't say exactly the same thing. He sort of made some general statements. You got kind of specific about tomahawks and drones and stuff like that, Patriot missiles. I think that there's your difference there.
You gave out specific numbers.
Yeah, that's not good.
You got really specific.
That's not good.
No.
You shouldn't be doing that. And then Hegseth had to come back and do damage control. Go like, well, he was wrong about all that. Okay. So we'll see whether or not. But, I've about had it with Mark Kelly. I can't believe the people of Arizona sent him there, but I guess
did.
I shouldn't be surprised.
No.
The Supreme Court has set today as a deadline for challengers to respond to the new post-special filing by Attorney General Steve Marshall. He, of course, petitioning the court to drop that stay, that hold that they had on our congressional map, saying, look, you just ruled in Louisiana that you can't draw maps based upon color, upon, somebody's race. So How about you drop this hold that you have, and we can go back to the old 2023 map? Maybe in the next legislative session, we'll even, redraw that too. But for right now, we'd like to just go back to the 2023 map, the one that we had, and use that. And we'll actually just rearrange. When it comes to the House members, we'll rearrange and have a special election for that coming up, a new special primary, I guess you would call it. And so, to his credit, Clarence Thomas has said, hey, if you have a problem with what he's saying here, guys.
Yeah, to 5 o'clock.
You got till
today.
5 o'clock today to hit us. Within the next couple of days, probably Thursday, I want to say, we're going to get a ruling on this.
Yeah, Steve has asked the court. They said, could we get an answer before May 14th?
Yeah.
Which is about 5 days out from our primary.
Right.
So hopefully we'll get that.
The next time that they meet or would have any sort of meeting would be the 18th. That'd be too late. So we need to have an answer on that. We need to have an answer by the 14th, and we'll see whether or not that happens. No answer at all is an answer in and of itself, I guess. So we'll see how it goes. But, man, of course, the left is losing
Oh, my gosh.
mind.
Montgomery was a mess this past week.
Tennessee, I mean,
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it was just one after another. And by the way, Democrats in Virginia have also, I mean, they're just spinning on their eyebrows. I've never seen people so completely out of whack. And the number of people who misunderstood that Virginia court ruling, which we can get into a little bit later in the show and explain to you. Mr. Bugs, MRBUGGS.com. Mr. Bugs knows what bugs you. If you have insects in your home, now would be the time that happens. They begin to creep and crawl around this time of year in the spring. You know you've got a friend in the business who can come out, can treat those insects the way that they need to be treated, which is horribly. They need to be treated horribly. They need to be killed awfully. And then they can also lay down a barrier to make sure that their families don't come in looking for you. Yeah, because they will. They're revenge in mind. You know how it is. And then, of course, you've got small rodent control. You've got termite bonding. You've got mosquito reduction. Mr. Bugs does it all. MRBUGGS.com. Mr. Bugs, they know what bugs you. 941-6252 locally or statewide at 844-MRBUGGS. Bundle the whole group and save a bundle. 622. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Greg Hawkes on that fabulous keyboard there. Ben Orr, Rick Ocasek. What a group. Elliot Easton on guitar. Elliot Easton used to play this Washburn guitar. And he showed up in these ads in Guitar Player magazine, which I used to subscribe to back when I played the guitar a lot. And I wanted one of these guitars so badly. I heard what it sounded like on the records.
Yeah.
I'd never played one
Were they
before.
pricey?
I just thought it looked cool. Yes, they
Yeah.
were. They were a little on the for a kid in high school.
Yeah, you're like, no,
They
I
were
can't
they were
do that.
they were kind of out of reach. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Never.
Something to think
never,
about.
Never did get me a Washburn.
You need to get you
Maybe
one.
one of
What
these
are you
days.
waiting on?
Well, how
Come
about
on,
this?
life is passing you by.
I've got 3 guitars that are hanging on the wall collecting dust. I haven't played them in months.
Well,
Why would I buy another one?
it's something you've always
Let me
wanted.
buy another car I'm not
Like
going to drive.
Instead of that red Corvette, get you that guitar there, Richard.
I've had a Corvette. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
no, thank you.
I'll pass.
All right. I had a chance over the weekend. I think it was Saturday afternoon. I was buzzing around doing a few errands in the car, and I flip us on, and there's Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group, because I got a show on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 2 to 3. Just some terrific information, things that maybe you don't think about when putting together a financial plan. And everybody really needs one of these, so you have kind of a roadmap to where you want to go. And you can get there with the help of Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group. Visit their website if you haven't been there to reach out to him. And what he wants to do is just, kind of talk with you a little bit about what your goals are, where you're going, what your wants, wishes, what you'd like to do maybe later in life, and then let him put a whole plan together for you. That's really what it's about, coming up with a customized plan just for you and your family. That's what it's about. So no matter where you are in life, could be young, just starting out. He's like, great, let us talk with you. Let us help guide you in the early years. In the middle of your life, yeah, you still got plenty of time to work and continue to do this. And maybe it's a little bit later and you're like, yeah, I'm getting close and I'm not sure I've got everything put together. So reach out to Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group. Let them help you put that financial plan together today. TheKnowlesGroup.com is the website. Knowles is N-O-L-E-S. If you want to look them up online, do it today. TheKnowlesGroup.com.
624 with Dixon inviting. How was your weekend? Otherwise, you didn't make it to the Lake Fest. But
No,
what else did you?
I was with the fam yesterday
The fam.
during the Mother's Day dealio.
Oh, that's right. It was Mother's Day.
You called Mom. She is out of state, so wished her a happy Mother's Day and had a delicious brunch and got some stuff done for the weekend because this next weekend's going to be a little crazy. Jawbone Jam, golf tournament following that on Monday.
That's true. That is a
week from
Monday.
today.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Very excited about that.
Yep, going to be out there for the Down Syndrome Alabama crew
Always a good time.
at Inverness Country
Assuming
Club.
that the weather is as good as it is today.
Fingers crossed.
It should be fantastic.
Yeah,
Very much
hopefully it
looking
will
forward
be.
to that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did.
How about you?
I was about the same, actually. Saturday morning I got a wild hair and started going through my drawers. My drawers in my dressers. I've got 2 dressers in my living room, in my bedroom. And they've become a mess. They just kind of, stuff starts to pile up. And I'm going through and I'm digging through like, I don't want to wear that shirt. I don't want to wear that shirt. I don't want to wear this other shirt. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's it. Well, why am I pawing through shirts I'm not going to wear?
Right.
Let's get rid of those.
Donate.
Yeah.
You
You have any idea how many T-shirts I managed to pile up to give to charity?
50.
Close.
Yeah.
30.
30. Pretty
30.
good.
30 T-shirts that I am giving away. And I have just about as many as I'm going to wear. So,
Right.
yeah, they pile up over the years.
Oh, it's
we
quick.
get a lot of promotional T-shirts in this business. People love to hand you a shirt and go, here, wear this and advertise my stuff for me. Okay, fine. It's a free shirt. I'm going to take it. But, yeah, huge amount of that. Then I started working on the closet, and I realized the closet was a little bit more than I wanted to bite at that particular
that's
time.
a bigger project.
Well, it's sort of like I have to take everything out and then just put the stuff back that I want to put back. So that is a whole weekend task. And I didn't have the whole weekend to give to it. So anyway, later I went out and did a little exercising, did some hiking, which was good.
Hiking.
Shopping.
Wow. Look at you.
Bought this shirt.
Nice.
Huh?
I like it.
I like this
Very
shirt.
kind of
Very
summery with
fun.
the palm trees on it.
It's very nice. I
like it.
I don't wear a lot of brown, but this one works for me.
Brown's good.
And then I went out to dinner and had the best salad I've ever had. I went to a place where you can make your own salad,
Oh,
not like a salad bar, but
Right.
like you order, I want
Exactly
this
what
and
you
this
want
and
in
this.
it.
I want these are the 7 things that I want on my salad. Unbelievable. I was like, boy, I patted myself on the back. I was
That
like,
was
I made
good.
such a good choice.
Uh-huh.
I was such a good salad maker.
Nice.
And then I ate 90% of it. And
90.
then again, I took the other 10% home like that was going to last the night.
Yeah, no, that wasn't.
You wake up in the morning
So we're
to
presuming it didn't.
sadly wilted leaves and just pathetic. It's still in there, and you're like, I wish I hadn't put all that dressing on there. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday was absolutely stunning. Got a little more work around the house.
That's good.
More stuff getting done.
Mm-hmm.
Projects, little projects here and there. You know, it's amazing. Home ownership just means you never stop working on it.
It's true. It never
There's
ends.
always something that needs to be done to the house or with the house. There's always something that needs to be cleaned, something that needs to be decluttered, something that needs to be rearranged, something that needs to be painted. I mean, it's really quite insane. And little bits and pieces of things like the dogs are having trouble jumping up on the bed.
Uh-huh. You got to build a little ramp.
I just
A little-
bought it. I
did
just
you?
bought one. Yeah.
That's easy to do.
Uh,
You were talking earlier about dressers and things like that. I got into, there's a drawer in the kitchen that is turned into the wire drawer.
Oh, yeah, I got
And
that
I was
too.
like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose my mind. Long wires, they're all, I pulled it out. It was just this big glob of
Yeah.
wires.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to fix this right now.
I've-
Right now, I'm going to fix this.
So how did you go about fixing it?
Well, they sell these trays now that
Uh-huh.
have the little individual things. And I was like, I don't know that that's going to work in that drawer.
Mm-hmm.
But I started pulling out the wires and wrapping them individually.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them went into like a small little tiny sandwich baggie
Gotcha.
and layered them like that in the drawer. And then there were some longer ones that I just rubber band. And I was like, I'm going to get this organized so I can see what's what.
And did you label them?
No, I didn't
Okay.
label them.
See, that's what I have
Yeah.
to do. I've got that wire drawer as well.
Yeah.
And when you open it up, it looks like
It's a glob of wires, and
it's-
I'm like,
it's a charger orgy in there. Is what's going on? You're
Can't
just like,
find
this is not good.
anything.
So I had to charge something the other day. It was my Bose speaker, Bluetooth
Uh-huh.
speaker, and I pull out a cord, and I nope, that's not the one that fits. Okay, we're going to set that aside over here.
Yeah.
I'll pull out another one. Nope, that one doesn't fit either. Okay, set that aside over here. And I went through about 6 cords before I finally found the one. And every one of them looked like they were going to fit,
yeah.
but none of them did.
Well, let me tell you what. I have Ring cameras, and Ring got really smart because they have like an orangey brown wire,
Yes,
and I
they
have
do.
no problem finding that in the drawer.
I love that. That charges that
Every-
and my rechargeable lamps for
Right.
when we
Everything
lose power.
else-
Both of those work.
Everything else is black
Black
or white.
Yeah,
and
you're just like, I
"Ugh."
don't. So, yeah, that's another task. I'm going to sit down and go through, and I'm going to put a little tab on and label every single one of them. Like,
That might
this
be
is
next
for the
for me.
Bose speaker.
Right.
This is for the other Bluetooth. This is for the lamp. This is for the. Yeah, I mean, I just have so many of them. It's crazy. We're in a rechargeable world.
Why are we doing this to ourselves
Oh,
every
first
time?
world problems. of all the 70s folky style singers who later became Islamic fundamentalists and sympathized with terrorists, he's my favorite.
It's oddly specific.
That really is.
It's not a big category, but,
Yeah. How many other artists fall into that category?
Can't think of one, but,
that would be it.
if there were others, he would probably still be high on the list. 6:35, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. Not going to spend a ton of time on this because Steve's going to talk about it later, but Braves Hall of Fame manager Bobby Cox passed away at the age of 84 over the weekend.
Yeah, that was sad to see that.
84, not too shabby.
Nah.
You can make it to 84. If I make it to 84, that'd be another 22 years of you people having to put up with me.
Whoa.
Yeah,
that's
I
a
know.
long time to put up with you.
Does seem like a long time, doesn't it? Imagine how I feel about it.
Yes.
You get upset, you can leave the room. I'm stuck with me. There's nothing I can do.
I'm not sure Valerie's going to make it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Steve is like, I can make it, though. I'll withstand it.
I don't know about that.
However much you're going to pour on me, I'll take it. Okay, so over the weekend, I'm scrolling X as usual. And the number of people who are failing to understand what happened in the state of Virginia is amazing to me. Tennessee can just go ahead and Florida, they can redraw their district maps, and they don't even have a vote on it. But, Virginia has a vote, and then the court overturns it. That's not acceptable. You're like, okay. First off, you have to read the opinion. Why didn't the court rule before the election? Because Democrats specifically asked them not to. Democrats petitioned the Supreme Court of the state of Virginia and said, hey, listen, usually you guys don't make rulings on things like this until they're done. Please maintain that. And the state Supreme Court was like, of course, yeah. I mean, it's a little bit like, imagine if the legislature here passed a bill and it went to Governor Ivey's desk and the Supreme Court comes in and goes, that's it. The Supreme Court's not going to do anything until it's signed.
That's right.
Until it's a law.
Mm-hmm.
First, it actually has to be something that they can rule on.
Yeah, if it's not signed, you can't rule on it. There's nothing to rule on.
You don't rule against a hypothetical thing. You rule against something that's actually taken place. Now, here's why Virginia's court ruled the way they did. It doesn't have to be long and convoluted and complicated, but it's relatively straightforward and simple. It just sounds like it might be complicated, so I'll lay it out for you. First thing that happens is the legislature says, we think we want to redraw these maps. And then they do. And then you have to, and by the way, that has to happen in a regular session. The Constitution of Virginia is very clear about this. Has to happen in a regular session. Can't be a special session. Okay. So they decide to redraw the maps. Now there has to be an election that takes place before those maps take effect, because the people get to vote on the representatives who redrew the map.
Correct.
And they say, okay, so you're going to keep that map for one election cycle. And if the people say, we're okay with that, we like the fact that you decided to redraw the map, we're going to keep you guys in place, and then the map would go into effect in the next election cycle, which would just be 2 years after that, right? Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't do that. They just decided to redraw the map, and then they put it up for a vote to the people and said, is it okay with you guys if we redraw the map? That's not what the Constitution says. You don't get to ask, hey, is it okay with you guys if we redraw the map, and then barely win it by a point or so, and then go redraw the map and then expect it's going to take place in the next election cycle, which is coming up. That's unconstitutional. That does not meet Virginia's Constitution. Consequently, it was ruled unconstitutional by the state Supreme Court. They said, you can't put this thing in effect until there's been at least one election cycle. Now, I don't know why people have trouble understanding this, because this is about the same as if, and I actually posted this on X and didn't get a whole lot of blowback, which I thought was interesting, and said, 13th Amendment abolishes slavery, indentured servitude, the ability to own another human being, okay? Not allowed to do any of that thanks to the 13th Amendment. Now imagine if in the year 2035, the American people said, you know what? We think owning slaves is a good idea. Let's vote on that. And the American people or even underwhelmingly, vote that slavery should be legal again. the Supreme Court would come in and go, no, see, the 13th Amendment says you can't do that. And Virginia voters would say, but the people voted. It doesn't matter. There's a constitution that you have to abide by. Now, if you want to go back, by the way, after this election cycle and do it right, Virginia, you can absolutely do that. Mm-hmm. But I have a sneaking suspicion that now, knowing how this one turned out, a lot of people on the other side would turn out in that vote and stop them from letting that happen.
You better believe it.
I really do believe that.
Yeah.
We are now looking potentially at 16 added seats for Republicans. 16.
And you talk about something that's radically going to change things here going forward.
Versus 5 added seats for Democrats, meaning a net gain of 11 for Republicans, possibly, okay? Right now, the House is looking in 2026 elections as 217 Republican, 207 Democrat, 11 toss-ups. 11 toss-ups is too many for me.
That's a lot.
Because if Democrats win them all, then they got a one-vote majority. Now, that's unlikely, but it does happen.
Yeah, that's very unlikely.
Well, it's as unlikely as Donald Trump sweeping all the swing states, right?
Woo.
Yeah. Hello.
Didn't see that one coming.
It happens. So the way this thing is going to play out, we'll see. But it is entirely possible that snatching victory out of the jaws of almost an inevitable defeat, Republicans could hold on to the House.
Absolutely, they could, and that's the direction right now that it's heading in.
And I honestly believe that we can hold on to the Senate as well. It's just going to take turnout. It's going to take a lot of turnout for Republicans. You have to show up as if Donald Trump is on the ballot, and if you don't, then don't be upset when the Senate falls into Democrat hands and suddenly he can't get anything pushed through and he can't get any of his nominees approved because they're going to fight it, tooth and nail.
Well, and I think that's it. I think you may have a very, very strong turnout with Democrats at the polls, and Republicans need to have that fire lit underneath them again, like they did in this previous election with Donald Trump winning. They were on fire, and that's what you better have it because Democrats are going to be at the polls.
Have you ever tried to get a group of people to order a pizza?
Oh, gosh, what a nightmare. What would you like on your pizza? I just went through this. What would you like on it?
You know what you get? I don't like green peppers. I don't like mushrooms. I don't like. You order by subtraction, basically.
Yes, you do.
You end up with like a cheese pizza, half a cheese pizza, because some idiot is lactose intolerant, and so the other half has got no cheese on it, and it's a garbage pizza. Nobody wants it, in the long run. This is the problem with these elections, is that people tend to vote against rather than for. Now, if you're showing up to vote against Donald Trump, you'd better take a long, hard look at what you're voting for. Because in a lot of these elections, you're voting for Abigail Spanberger. You're voting for men and women's sports. You're voting for wealth taxes against the rich, which you say, well, that sounds like a great idea until all the rich people in your area pack up and leave, and then you have no tax base. They're finding that out right now in California and New York. Yeah. You're voting for the Green New Deal and pouring more money into something that has, even the New York Times has admitted now, this turned out to be nothing. We're in 2026. We figured out it ain't happening. Whatever it was that we were warned about back in the 90s and we were told this was inevitable and we were all going to die, we're 30-plus years down the road now. Mm-hmm. None of it has taken place. So, but there's still people that are going to be pouring money into that, pouring money into the electric car nonsense, opening borders.
Oh, please don't.
Let's
not go back to that nightmare.
Making all kinds of concessions to Islamic fundamentalists, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, if that's what you want, then go ahead and get angry at the Republicans and vote against them, or stay home and sit on your hands, because you're going to get that. But then you don't get to complain later. You don't get to be upset that these people ended up in office because you didn't show up and do your job.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting too, Richard, when we talk about what's happening in Virginia versus what's happening in Alabama and what happened in Tennessee, when we talk about all this redistricting, it is different. States are set up a little bit different about how they do it, and why our special session we were able to do, Kay Ivey called the special session, for us to do the redistricting, where Virginia is not set up that way.
Nope.
And I think that's where people were missing this whole story on it. Like, what's going on in Virginia? Why is it set up this way? We're just, it's just different. And it's going to be interesting this week to see where it goes for us with Steve Marshall
Yeah.
and the U.S. Supreme Court, and
Hopefully-
how that's gonna turn out.
Hopefully they made the correct argument this
Hope
time.
so.
Because that's what the Supreme Court said last time. It's like, well, you just didn't make the right argument. You probably could have won if you'd made the right argument. Okay. There also, by the way, over the weekend was a Pulitzer Prize winning photo of what's his name, the black representative in Tennessee. He's the big, he's the guy who stirs everything up all the time. Jason Jordan, something. Murphy could tell you. He was trying to get in to a subcommittee hearing, or a committee hearing rather, in the Tennessee State House about the redistricting. And the sergeant at arms was standing outside blocking him from going in. And it was an angry black man trying to get in, and the white men standing there stopping him. And the caption is, Sergeant at Arms stops Representative so-and-so from getting into the redistricting hearing. Well, they blocked everybody who wasn't a member of the committee because they said there's just too many disruptions. We can't have a meeting here when everybody's constantly mouthing off and jumping up and whatever. So we're going to claim our privilege, which is to do this behind closed doors with no other representatives available. We're going to have our committee hearing. Don't worry. There's going to be minutes. There's going to be notes up the yin-yang. You're going to have plenty of transparency and record of what took place back here. But we can't do this if you guys are constantly jabbering and jumping up and whatever. So everybody who wasn't a member of that committee was kept out of that room.
But yet they're going to make it about race.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they kept this representative out. They kept him out because he wasn't a member of the committee.
Period.
But again, nobody wants to hear the whole story. It's amazing to me, I can't say it enough times, how much of Democrat discourse is based upon them pretending not to understand the situation.
And they know.
They know.
They know.
They know that he wasn't a member of that committee. They know he wasn't supposed to be in there, but they're going to pretend that that wasn't the case because it works for them better politically. They know what happened in Virginia, at least the smart ones do. But that doesn't stir anybody up.
No.
Well, the problem is we didn't follow the Constitution. We had to wait one election cycle, and it couldn't happen during a special session. And none of that works. What works is, how dare the court do this to us?
And the same down in Montgomery with our legislators that were down there screaming and yelling and being kind of escorted out of the room because of some of the behavior that was going on.
I'm kind of more horrified by I think it was a 4-3 ruling of the Supreme Court in Virginia. More horrified by the 3 that were ready to allow this thing to go forward against the Constitution. I'm more horrified by them. They know what the Constitution says.
Yeah,
they know it was broken, but they were willing to let it go.
How many people, though, in Montgomery or Richmond or Washington, D.C., for that matter, take the oath to uphold and defend the Constitution and then turn around and don't?
Yeah.
Yeah,
how many
we
of
got
those
one on
people-
the U.S. Supreme Court that still can't define what a woman is. Lord help us.
God bless her. Parrot Structural Services, parrotss.com, 668-2626. When your foundation starts going cattywampus, that is a technical term. They'll explain it to you, cattywampus. You need to call Parrot Structural because they're going to come out, give you the once-over, give you the diagnosis, give you the prognosis, and then set to the fix if that's what you want. They'll also say get a structural engineer to back us up on this because they are top of their game. They are 1,000% honest and straightforward, and they are never going to snow you or try to play fast and loose with the facts. This is who they are. This is how they roll. Parrot Structural Services, parrotss.com, 668-2626. Licensed, bonded, insured, and E-Verify compliant with a tool for every single issue they might face. You can trust Parrot Structural Services. Come the helicopters over the ridge. Guys walking around. They got the khakis on. They got the OD green. They got the cigarettes hanging out of their mouth, wearing do-rags, sweating up a storm in the jungle. This is your average Vietnam film right there.
It's good stuff.
You either get this one or you get The Doors, This Is the End. Those are the two really that show up a lot in these. 6:53, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. What a beautiful, beautiful day we have in store with a 20% chance of rain. 79 for a high with clouds, 80 tomorrow, maybe 83 on Wednesday. No real rain in the forecast aside from that little 20% chance today. Jason says, wash the truck so it does rain.
That's always a great way to get it to rain.
Usually
right?
does the job. Usually does the job.
Either that or schedule a NASCAR race.
One of the two, or a beach trip. One of the two.
Thomas says Saturday night at Protective Stadium was perfect weather with a great football game and an overtime victory. Yes, the Stallions won.
Way to go, Stallions.
Over the Defenders.
21-17.
OT. Good job. Good job. Well done. Yes, 21-17. Way to go. They're now 3-4. AJ's closing in on 50%.
Let's go.
So
you can do
almost
it.
500. You can do it. One more win, AJ. Get yourself to even, baby. Maybe you'll hold on to this job for another year. You know what's really distressing? When you think about the fact that when he left the race, he was in the lead for lieutenant governor. Yeah.
Or was he?
Well, that was what the polls said.
I know.
Right.
Through the years, we've learned about polls.
That's true. That's true.
It's like, what?
You can't trust him.
Yeah, it's
Many's
very...
the time. You can't trust him. B-Rad says, I just saw on Fox News a man had to be evacuated the cause because he tested positive for the hantavirus. Okay, all of the patients from, all of the United States patients from that ship,
are quarantined.
the hantavirus ship, they are now in Nebraska because that's where you send people with deadly diseases.
Nebraska.
Two of them have tested positive, by the way, for hantavirus. Both of them had apparently contact with patient zero, we'll call him, a Dutch guy who was down in Argentina bird watching and apparently exposed
like
himself.
Like a landfill.
Yeah.
You were like, what are you
It was
doing
at a dump.
in a little dump?
At a dump watching
with rats
birds.
and everything else.
Yikes.
And,
No, thank you. Everybody who contracted the hantavirus on that ship apparently were very close to that guy. But apparently this center where they do all the, communicable diseases, what do they call, like when you start talking about Ebola and things of that nature, it's in Nebraska, which is good because there's nothing else there. So they put it in the middle of nowhere so that no one could be injured. I think that's a great idea. But, yeah, that's what's going on there. Be rad. Let's see. Dale says, the people you're talking about online heard and understood perfectly, but what they heard was their political handlers telling them what to believe. This is Dale from downtown. And then, or they're just trolls and bots. This is Dale from downtown. I sent him back a note saying, just so you know, Dale, we have your name and location on record. You don't need to tell us every time you text us. That's true for everybody, by the way.
Yeah.
When you give us your name originally.
Yeah. It's so we can address you.
Yeah.
By your first name.
And
so we know who you are.
And tell you to stop bugging us.
Yeah.
Don't text us anymore, Phil. We don't want to hear from you. Knock it off. Jeff, joke of the day. You ready?
Go.
What did the cannibal choose as his last meal? 5 Guys.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Guys. 2 cannibals
Can
eating.
I just tell you
Can I
5
finish
guys?
the joke? Can I just get it real
Go
quick?
ahead. Go.
2 cannibals eating a clown in the woods. One turns to the other, says, "Does this taste funny to you?"
You need to stop.
2 clowns eating a cannibal in the woods. One turns to the other and says, "I think we got the joke backwards."
Okay, that's not bad.
That's pretty funny.
5 Guys. You were going to say 5 Guys. It's what did you take out a small loan and go there recently?
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Little burger.
Yeah.
Little fry.
Yeah.
Describe
drink.
little.
There's nothing little.
Like small pickup
No,
truck
but that's
instead
what,
of
on the
full,
menu, instead of the regular.
Right, the regular
you
is
get the
double.
little.
instead of the 18-wheeler
Yeah.
load, you just got a pickup truck load.
That's right. Yeah.
I went for the little. I was like, okay, I'll do little. I'll be fine. Less food, less money.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Fill up on the peanuts.
It was a 20.
Was that all?
A 20.
Wow, that's So I thought that'd be more, actually.
$20.
I was at,
and it was funny while I'm ordering, I'm watching this family of 6 walk, and I'm like, whoa, now you're really going to need to
Money bags.
I start counting it up, and I'm like, oh, good Lord, Dad, you need to you need to head back out of here, go down to Crystal or something down the street. Holy smokes. That's a lot of money to feed your family if there's 6 of you. And again, I ordered just about the smallest you could get.
Yeah. You can't get much smaller than that. I think there might be a junior burger or something like that.
Well,
on the
maybe
menu,
I'll do
but,
that next time. The junior's smaller than the little.
It is, but barely.
But it is good. Golly, is that good?
I was perusing a store. I was looking for something in particular on, I want to say it was actually Friday night. I was out and about. And ran across this, a smash burger set. Had a smash, like a circular, yes,
metal
but
thing.
without an edge on it. So, I mean, it really just smashes straight down. It's just a flat. I was like, oh, I've been needing one of those for a while. And then the spatula is perfect for just holding it down, like getting getting underneath it and all that stuff. And then there's a little shaker thing on there. Cheap, too.
Good.
Yeah.
You
It's
got
the
your
only
deal.
one. I would have bought another one, but for, gift-giving purposes, not for
it's
you, of course.
Perfect. No,
But,
I got all those gadgets.
You ready to
I
go?
got a whole
You're on it?
tub
Yeah.
that's underneath the Blackstone that's
Very
got
nice.
everything in it.
Everything.
Because when I got it, all my family was like, oh, well, we know what we're going to get you for your birthday.
good.
And the next thing I knew, I got a bunch of those types of things. So there's like everything is there.
Accessory you could ever imagine.
It was great.
I got a few of those as well. But this is the first time I ran across one of these, which was good. Sean says, all along the Watchtower, the Hendrix version, another Vietnam song. Yeah, that's true. If you're watching a movie about Vietnam, you can guess that there's going to be some songs going to pop up. Fortunate Son is almost a given. I think that's probably where John Fogerty's most of his money has come from, is licensing Fortunate Son to Vietnam-based movies.
Probably.
Good for him.
Yeah.
He's still out there, by the way.
I hear you.
Yeah.
You don't hear much of him.
You can't kill him with fire. No, I
No.
mean, he's still out there.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's 80.
That seems to be a common theme.
What?
That singer is now 80.
Yeah.
We keep saying
That's
that.
right.
I'm like, 80? Remember when we hit that? We're like, the person's 80?
Yeah.
Now it's like, we don't even have to ask. We're like, they're probably about 80.
Nobody expected for them to live this long after all the sex, drugs, and rock and roll.